Dear my classmates, so I'm sorry for not being in the class now. Therefore, I'm sending you my presentation from our UN conference in Shamaka. So, I read the book called GDP, A Brief but Affectionate History, written by Diane Boyle, and prepared my update. And this is the presentation that contains, like, let's say, main points from that update. So, in the book, the author provides general history of the development of the GDP concept, because the main idea behind that is that the concept is very popular, but it's not so deeply understood by many people, even economists who use it. So, and then also assesses its utility in relation to other concepts of economic welfare. Assesses in the last chapter. It assesses its applicability in the changing economic environment. So, one of the main insights from the first part of the book is that, from the first chapter of the book, is that the inspiration to measure the national wealth of the country was motivated by the desire to assess to what extent the country, the nations, are capable to bear the burden of the war, of going into the war. So whether there are enough wealth to finance the war, and for the population to sustain their living during that conflict. So, and by that aspiration, the procedures start to measure the wealth of the nation. Okay. So there were various concepts, and one of the forerunners of the GDP was the national income accounts, as you can see from this presentation. So not supported at the beginning, like the new classical economists like Adam Smith were against, including service sector. Like they drew a distinction between productive and unproductive sectors of the economy. To Adam Smith and other classical economists, the productive sector was the one who produced material wealth. But with the development of neoclassical approach in the economy, the service sector was also included in the measurement of the national income accounts. Just one point at this point of my presentation is that there are many interesting and important facts, insights from the book, and if we include all of them to the presentation, that will take much bigger time interval. Therefore, I included here the parts that really catch my attention. So, due to the imprecise nature of the, I'm sorry, it's not GDP, but national income accounts. Due to imprecise nature of the national income accounts, there were pressures to develop it, to make it more comprehensive. And at this point, one of the milestone moments development was the 1940 publication of the John Maynard Keynes on how to pay the war. So, GDP and demand management. I'm skipping some parts from the book in order to focus on the main issues that are important to my mind. So the post-Second War period was characterized with tremendous economic growth, which was linked to the post-war development programs, construction issues, and there was increasing GDP, increasing living standards, and falling unemployment. During this time, one of the main economic policies were the one which was suggested by the John Maynard Keynes, focusing on managing demand in the economy. So, whenever there was a downturns in the economy, it was suggested to conduct expansionary fiscal and monetary policies, which are by expansionary fiscal policies we mean tax cuts and increasing government expenditure. And by expansionary monetary policies, we mean decreasing interest rates by the central bank and consequently by other banks. So this was the policy to manage the demand in the economy.